Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Strangers Like Me, our new podcast on our channel.
Yes, this is the very first episode, so thank you for joining us. Today, we have Dennis and his son Kaleb from King Family React.
It was such a good time. I can't wait for you guys to see this podcast. I'm super excited for the baby to be out into the world.
Yes, we were super nervous, but super excited to film this first episode. So definitely stick through to the end.
Yes.
It was an amazing conversation we had with them. And yeah, if you haven't checked them out, we've got links for them below. And let's get into it.
Yeah, hope y'all enjoy.
Yes, enjoy. Hey friends, we're here with our friend Dennis from King Family Reacts and his son Kaleb. And if you want to go ahead and introduce yourselves at first, tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Sure. I'm Dennis, 44 years old, single father.
I like long walks on the beach.
Long walks. Yes. Dennis King, 44 years old, here in Georgia. Still working full-time job. Do YouTube kind of part-time, just more of a love, more of a hobby. It started off with family. I do a lot of it now, but every now and then this one jumps on with me. But father of 4, and I guess you'll learn more later on during the questions.
Yeah.
Father of 4. How old is your oldest? Is he your oldest?
23, I think.
Yeah, he's 23.
23.
He'll be 24 on July 2nd.
What?
His name's Dylan.
Do you have any grandchildren yet?
Oh,
I
one.
do.
One.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm an uncle, so.
That's
Wow,
cool.
congratulations.
That
I have
is
a
awesome.
3-year-old grandson. My daughter, who's 23, she gave me my grandson, so he's 3.
That is very cool.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Sweet.
This is my baby boy. This is Kaleb. He's 13. You want to say anything else?
I'm also in Georgia.
Yeah.
Instead of having a full-time job, I'm a full-time student.
Very
And
Yeah.
I have a small channel off to the side.
That's very cool. What do you upload on your channel?
Mostly like edits or basically any other stuff. I don't really do main like long videos.
Yeah.
I think I only have one right now.
You like mainly shorts, right?
Yeah, mainly shorts.
Gotcha.
That is so cool.
Our son Jackson, he's our youngest. He does stop motion right now, so he's really into stop
Wow.
motion.
Okay.
But yeah, it's short form content. And then our
Yeah.
son Nathan, he was uploading gaming content, but now he's into like developing games, and so he doesn't really do any YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Wow, developing games.
Well, he's
Yeah.
just learning. He
Like-
just started a few months ago, but yeah, he's been slowly kind of picking up the tools to try to become a developer someday. That's his hope.
That's next level.
It's
I mean, I
beyond me.
kind of learned programming.
That's
Like,
yeah.
It's like a small bit of programming. I programmed or like programmed existing games onto a different website.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
really
very
cool.
cool. I think it is
Like I made a
fascinating.
Madden type game before.
Mhm.
I made a Five Nights at Freddy's game before.
Okay. I am
Yeah,
familiar with
it's-
Five Nights at Freddy's because of my sons. I grew
Yeah.
up playing Madden, so
Yeah. I think it's so crazy how the younger generation is like teaching us more about technology because we grew up with technology kind of like it was like when we were in teens, but now they're like running with it. Like the things that Nathan is doing, I'm just like, what is on the screen right now? Can you explain
Yeah.
this to me?
I homeschool
nature
our
to them.
sons.
Yeah.
And like he's gone beyond my understanding. And so I'm like, okay, are you sure you shouldn't be the homeschool teacher at this time? You could just take over. And so
It's so part of them growing up, though. It wasn't a part of us growing up
Mm-mm.
until we
Yeah.
got late teens, 20s is when it started to come out. So for them, they're growing up with it. So it's second nature for them.
Exactly.
Yeah, lucky you'll
She went out.
Beep.
It would not be an interview without some technical issues. Mm-mm. You broke it.
Should be fixed now.
It
Oh,
is
well,
fixed.
okay.
We've been moving stuff around all morning, and our surge protector, the
It shut off?
yeah, the mic came unplugged from the surge protector.
Oh, okay.
It's Jess's
Gotcha.
fault.
It was me. I did it. Just blame
It's
it
your
on
fault.
me.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem.
I
Hey, we
literally have to
reacted
think
to
that every day.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately. Just kidding.
Unfortunately.
I like Taylor Swift. She's fine, you know. So, what can you tell us?
He said,
Yeah, I
well.
gave the look too. I was like, don't want
What
to anger
can-
the Swifties.
What can you tell us about the start of your journey with King Fam Reacts? You know, like stepping out of your comfort zone to do something like this, put yourself out there to be seen, doing music reactions and stuff like that. What spurred you to get into this?
Well, the history of the channel goes further back, way further back than
Like to
the reactions.
2006.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
wow.
Like skate videos.
It used to be the place where I used to store all my
Okay.
skate videos.
I
used
love
to be-
that.
Yeah, I used to be a what's called a professional jam skater, and we needed a place to put our videos so that we can do we could have like promos and stuff. So that's what it originally was for. And then my daughter came up singing for a while, so then I would store her singing videos on there. The first little bit of content that we tried to do vlogging. Tried to
Yeah.
do vlogging back in the day.
It used to be called King Family VRR.
King Family
Okay.
VRR,
I love
vlogs,
it.
reactions, and reviews.
Look at you guys. You
That
guys are
is
synced up.
awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The modern channel really popped up 3 years ago when COVID hit. We were just kind of bored, like maybe like late March.
It was
and
March
we
30th.
just decided one day we should try to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were all sitting here, you know, lockdowns happened, you know, they were out of school. We were here. The ex-girlfriend was here because they had really strict lockdowns up in Atlanta. So we were all here and we're like, you know, we have this channel and I've watched reaction videos for the longest time. I've watched like rap channels like No Life Shack and Law Twins, just a lot of different rap, Laid Back, DHR, DFR, whatever his name
Yeah.
is. I forgot. Laid Back.
Control gaming.
Yeah, used to watch Patrol back in the day. Used to watch Lyle, Brother Sam back in the day. And I was sitting here thinking that, you know what? I think we can do this. Like I
Yeah.
think we're entertaining enough to where we can do this. So we just sat up in the dining room one day and said, let's give it a shot. And it was home free. I think it was a home free song. I can't remember what it was now, but the first video was a home free song.
Yeah. I remember now. It's
Well, hold on, I know what you're about to go. I know where you're about to go. Hold on.
no.
I gotta back up.
that.
I gotta back up 2 years before that. We tried reactions
Yes,
once
we
before.
tried it.
Me and
We
him.
did
We
Our
did.
first video was with me, Kaylee, and him, and
was
it
the
was the Butts
Butts remix.
remix by him.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen that one.
That was
Forgot
a good
about
one.
Forgot
It's like-
about that. Yeah, it was the Butts remix was the first one, and then there was When You Walk In, Home Free.
Yeah, it was When You Walk.
And then 2 years later is when we started doing the King Family Reacts journey. March 30th,
Very cool.
2020.
We literally recorded from the phone, had no microphone or anything.
Oh wow.
Kind of
Wow.
went-
Hey, that's
it
really
got
cool.
picked up on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I love that because that's like the definition, especially because the things that you try to encourage, you trying to put that stuff out there and be positive. But like that's what you can like put out for other people. Like you don't have nothing, start with what you got, you know, and like doesn't matter. Don't let anything stop you. And I think that's so beautiful because I remember where you started, like PS4 and you know
Yeah.
rocking that out with the cutout and.
And then I
That's
started
awesome.
watching other content creators, and I'm like, oh wow, my quality is really bad. I have like really bad quality. I should probably invest some money into this thing if I want to continue doing it.
We should probably go back and do the first 6 months of reactions all over again.
Yeah.
Because we were doing all this acapella stuff with no headphones.
That
Oh
is
my
crazy.
That means we couldn't pick up like anything. We
Yeah.
weren't able to hear anything.
Yeah.
We
man.
thought we could hear some of the bass stuff and some of the ambient noises, but going back and hearing them now, it's like, wow, we missed out on so much.
I mean, going back now and knowing what you know now is awesome, but also hearing about where you guys started and where you are now, it's such a testament to what you just said about how you know your family is entertaining. You guys know that you can do this because you got there with that, you know what I mean? Like you started with that and people loved that, and you didn't need a fancy camera for people to love you. I just think that's beautiful. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Still don't use a fancy
You still
camera.
record off your phone.
It's my old cell phone. That is
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, we're getting
Oh.
behind the scenes here. I like it.
Seriously.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's the old cell phone up there.
That is so cool.
It's really cool to know that you guys started on YouTube, like when YouTube was just, you know, the old days of YouTube were really different.
Mhm.
The things that were uploaded, very rarely do you still see channels like that, or just uploading, you know, things like from your daughter's, what did you say it was?
Singing.
Used to
and
Or
sing.
singing content,
Yeah,
stuff like
she
that.
created
Like,
cool stuff.
that's
Yeah.
the old days of YouTube, man. It's just little things from your skating stuff, and
Yeah.
that's really cool to hear that's you got an OG YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's
Seriously.
been around forever.
That's
That's
It's
awesome.
been
really
around for
cool.
a long time.
Well, I was gonna ask about like fear and hesitations that you had going into this, but it sounds like you didn't have many.
Well, we did, because you never know how you're going to be received. You know,
Yes.
like you can be positive, like, okay, I think we got this, I think we can do this, but you never know how it's going to translate to
Yeah.
people. You never, there's so many different people out there. You never know how they're going to take you. Are they going to call you fake? Are they going to be able to see the authenticity?
Yeah.
Like, you just never know how it's going to be received.
Yeah.
So we were nervous about that. But I just knew that the four of us, we were characters, me and the two boys and the girlfriend at the time.
Mhm.
I just knew that we'd be able to act a fool and put smiles on faces, but didn't really realize that how well it would be received like that. So,
Yeah.
it's always a challenge, and it's always a little scary to put yourself out there, because
Yeah.
I'm putting, you can relate. We're putting children's faces out into the world for
Yeah.
thousands, if not millions of people to see. So that was, that's scary, but it turned out pretty well. So
That's really cool to hear.
That kind of goes hand in hand with another question that we have, which is super awesome. Like, how do you handle the negative comments and the negative feedback that you receive on your content? Like, how does that
Yeah.
affect you as well?
It's something I struggle with still.
Yeah.
You know, we've been doing content for a while, but this is the first time that content's actually blown up a little bit, and you have so
Mhm.
many comments to deal with, and even though it's 1% negative, it still messes with me still.
Yeah.
Something I'm still learning, so I definitely would be interested to hear how you deal with it.
Yeah.
well, I think we've all talked about it in the fam chat, and if you hear it anywhere, in anything, it's that the 1,000 great responses that you get, like, you kind of gloss over those. It's that one that stands out. It's just like,
Yeah.
it gets you, hurts you, it makes you upset. I'm not going to say that it doesn't bother me anymore, because there are sometimes people will say things that still bother me. If there's one thing that YouTube can do, when you make yourself vulnerable, you open yourself up, you do get a little tough to it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I just gloss over it. If it's someone who's just being just ugly, just blatantly ugly, and I see it, most of the times I'll delete that,
Yeah.
because I don't want to have anything crazy on the channel. If it's someone who just has a misinterpretation of what I'm doing, sometimes I'll leave a reply and clarify, and then we'll kind of go back and forth to a middle ground.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then there are some I just don't even pay attention to. I have trolled people before. Our boy Kofi has taught me how to troll people. Sometimes I make them famous. Like, why are you pausing the video? Stop pausing the video. You are free to click on the link to the original video if you do not like the pauses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a great day. But most of the time, I just let it slide. I don't see a lot of negative comments. I'm sure they're out there. I
Mhm.
just don't see them.
Well, that's good to hear.
That's usually how I deal with it. Like, if it's a misinterpretation of what's going on, try to talk to them. Some ugly, you got to go. Like,
Yeah.
you're hidden from the channel, banned, hidden
Yeah.
from the channel. And then sometimes I'll troll. I have petty in me. It says I need to pray more.
I have petty in me, he said.
I have petty in me. I need to pray more.
A little bit of petty, I think, is
Oh, gosh.
necessary for this thing.
I mean, that way you can be playful with it, and you can turn it into something that's not so serious, because you can let it roll off your shoulder a little bit more. Because I feel like I'm better at that than he is. I feel like he holds on to it a little bit more, and I appreciate what YouTube gives you, because YouTube does give you the option to delete, you're gone. You know what I mean? You're blocked for forever. You don't got to worry about it no more. But it's just the after effect. Like once you read those words, it's kind of hard because they stick with you even after you remove it and you deleted them and you got rid of them, but it still like lingers.
I kind of do the same thing though. I kind of do the same thing as you. Is like if it's not too bad and it's just a misinterpretation, I do try to, clarify. And it has worked out most of the time when I've seen that somebody just doesn't really understand what was meant to be seen right there. You clarify for them, and most of the time those people will come around, which is good to see.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome to connect with people that way because you can, that's like having a conversation. You start a conversation with a stranger, and I think that's beautiful. I love that. I love the aspect of that. Like you just changed somebody's mind, or they changed your mind about the situation, and you guys kind of came to a disagreeing, agreeing agreement. You didn't really.
And that's how we grow. That's
Yeah.
how we grow as people. That's how we grow. That's how we grow as content creators. It's whatever you're involved in, whatever conversation you're having. That's how you grow as people, and it's kind of what the world's lacking these days. But I try to, I want to grow every day. I want to learn something every day. I want to learn something from the viewer. I hope they learn something from me. So, going back and forth, having a conversation, especially when there's a misunderstanding there, that's an opportunity for growth.
That's really cool.
I love that. That's awesome.
So Kaleb, what's it like for you to be part of a YouTube family, a family that does YouTube videos?
I just think it's really awesome to be able to just kind of put your family's name out there. Before we did this, we weren't really known. Like we were known by like people in our neighborhood, but now we're known from like people in the Philippines and Europe and other places in the world. I just think it's really cool to just be able to be out there as a name.
That's really cool.
That
Pretty cool.
is beautiful.
I've really enjoyed dipping into the different cultures, and they're all so welcoming too.
Yeah.
And learning different things that you would have never experienced, never known about if we didn't start
in
doing
our own
this.
little bubble in Florida.
Exactly. And there's so much out there. Like we just don't know, and that's why it's so good to let the comments just drive your channel to where you're going. Like they'll put you in the right place, and then you learn about an artist, but then you learn about a culture, and then you go back and forth and learn about different people.
Yeah.
And next thing you know it, you're going to SB19 in New York, and people are bringing you and your little brother gifts to a show.
I love it.
cool.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
It's crazy.
Oh,
It's
that's
That was a super cool
I'm gonna say, please go into that. Tell us about that experience. That sounds so awesome.
It was so fun. Like just being there with all the 18 and other fans. We got to meet I think it was like Alex or something, whatever his name
forgot
is.
his last name. Alex. He's another reactor here on the on YouTube. We met a couple of different reactors. Was After Dark. I forgot her name. Alyssa. No, it's not Alyssa. She does a lot of SB19. I forgot her name, but she was there too. Alex was there. Met a lot of people.
We got stopped on the street by like 3 fans who wanted to,
Wow.
to talk to us and have a picture with us.
How
That
cool
is
is
so very
that?
cool.
That
I'm
is
looking
so
up something real
cool.
quick because I want to give a shout out to the couple. I forget their name. What's their name? Oh my gosh.
I know y'all are going to the SB19 show.
Yes.
How many shows have y'all went to with artists that you've reacted to?
I think this would be the 3rd one because we're going to an NF concert as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We went to an NF concert. We've done the SB19. I've seen Home Free twice. They've seen Home Free once.
Yeah.
So that'd be
4 actually.
4 overall for
For me at least.
Yeah. So it's fun. Yeah. I forgot the Touchy Reactions is the other. Have you guys heard of Touchy Reactions?
We have not.
I haven't. No.
We met them up there too. We got to meet a lot of people up there. It was a cool experience. Going back to the New York thing, I don't think that him and Jacob realized how big this thing was until then.
Yeah.
How big of an impact they had.
That's so cool.
That's really cool to hear.
That is beautiful.
So how is doing reactions, running this YouTube channel, how has it inspired you and influenced you outside of that? I see a lot of workout stuff from you, Dennis. Does it help with things like that? Just motivation in the rest of your life, your daily life?
I would say that I've always been a slightly outgoing person, this has made me more extroverted. This has made me, I'm more comfortable talking to any and everybody about anything at this point. I did an interview a couple years ago with Jacob, and Jacob asked about, you know, bringing religion and faith into things. So being able to do the YouTube, talking to everybody here, it also opens me up to that too. So it's made me more comfortable talking to people in general. I don't know if this influenced anything else outside of that, because I have been at times in a box, not comfortable in my own skin. So maybe the gym does help out a little bit, being a little bit more comfortable in my own skin. But I say YouTube's really opened me up to be an extrovert where I can talk to anybody about anything.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really nice. I'm the same way, actually. We just went out on our first date night since we had our daughter. And basically almost since we started doing this reactions, because we just had
it's been so
right after
crazy. Yeah,
we started. And I did notice that as well. Like, we were just talking to people. We set up at the bar at Texas Roadhouse, and we were just having conversations with everybody. And I'm not normally like that, and I noticed that as well. That it's definitely helped me be more comfortable with who I am.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more of an extrovert, which I like.
I definitely have seen a difference in you, because I feel like you are very, very much an analytical person where you're in your head most of the time, and it's hard for you to get out of that when you're out in public situations. But it's definitely been different. Like for me though, it's been like I'm a bartender, so I talk to people all the time. Like that's normal for me. But I find whenever I'm not in that setting or at home, I'm very just keep to myself. Like I'd rather just have headphones on and not talk to anybody. And it's kind of got me a little bit out of my comfort zone, because that's just kind of my bubble. Like I'm together. Like I talk to people all day. I don't got to do it no more. But like it's still like I have opportunities to connect with people outside of all those things as well. But yeah, I did my first. Oh my God, I almost passed out. I wouldn't have noticed, but I did my first connect a stranger with our channel from outside of YouTube, like outside of talking to the camera. It was actually talking to a person one-on-one. And I'm just like,
she brought it up.
The
when we
words
were
are
sitting
coming
at
out
the
of my
bar.
mouth. Yeah, I'm just like, oh my gosh, we're going with it. It's fine. We're doing it.
I was shocked. She usually doesn't talk about this. We've been doing it 10 months, and I was like, hey, you've never talked to your family really about it, your friends.
Yeah.
And then she brought it up to this random stranger. And I was like, oh, wow. So I've definitely noticed that as well.
Yeah.
Has there any been, has it influenced your perspective on things, Kaleb? Like with, you're a teenager. So I think when I was a teenager, I was really just scared to be myself even more, because you're in that school environment. You don't want to be, I guess, like picked on or anything for certain things. Like I used to be really into Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, and I was so scared to talk to anybody about that at school. I just kept it to myself, So has it helped you in the same area?
I think it's given me a lot of confidence, and it has made me like a bit happier, because like every time I hear it brung up and they bring my name up, and like, oh, there's a YouTube channel, the King Family Reacts, and they bring it up to their friends, and then it just starts moving through the school, and
That's so cool.
it's really cool to do this.
Then you're literally the king, right?
Yeah. I think the only thing that he's kind of caught some flack for is not him, but me. I think I've been that embarrassing dad at times with the thumbnails and stuff. Have I been the embarrassing dad at times?
Oh no.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to have a good thumbnail. You know what I mean?
You do.
So I think I've been the only thing that's been a little bit embarrassing to my 13-year-old.
That's hilarious.
I think raising them, like thinking about it more, being a parent, you think about those things of how it affects your children. But I feel like growing up in this atmosphere, it can, I don't know if facilitate is the right word, but it can grow that atmosphere of loving your skin and who you are as a person, and being comfortable. Like if they see us stepping out of our comfort zone and doing things that we wouldn't normally do, it just makes them know that it's okay. Like how it's received by the world anyway. They can see that they can step out and be themselves. I think that's beautiful that we can teach them that, especially in a world like it is right now. It's so scary to, for them to be on their own and have to, make their choices and meet new people and be affected by everyday life is so scary. But as long as we're like building that foundation, that's what I care about, is they have a good foundation on them.
Yeah. He's come a long way. In terms of his confidence, being able to talk to people too. This has really opened him up. I see it all the time in the comments now when it comes to him and Jacob. At first, they would say just a couple of words here and there.
Yeah.
People are just going on and on about how he can articulate what's going on in a video and how he can read things. And Jacob will notice something on a wall, or I get the Mappa video. If you watch the whole thing, like Jacob was seeing stuff on the wall I didn't even see, and he's breaking down lyrics and stuff. It's just like, wow, like I can see it really in both of them. There, it's really starting to build their, I don't know, their focus and build their character a little bit more. So
that's awesome.
That's really cool.
Awesome. It's cool how it all works like that.
Do you guys have any advice for somebody that's, maybe uncomfortable with the type of things that we're talking about, and they're trying to get that courage to step out of their comfort zone? Somebody who hasn't been uploading since 2006, and there's a lot of people I've noticed that have commented like, I'm too scared to do things like this. Like, it's just, I couldn't put myself out there. Even my own mother, I've tried to get her to do a reaction with me, and she's like, nope, never.
Put her foot down.
Somebody your age, Dennis, and also somebody your age, Jacob, like somebody that from your school that might be interested in doing YouTube, but they're just, we get stuck in our comfort zones, and it's hard to come out of that bubble of protection somewhat.
I've told several people have reached out before on Instagram, and I just tell them what you are is enough. You don't have to put on a face. You don't have to put on a front. Just go out there and just be real. Just be authentic. Be who you are. People can see through an act. Just be you. People are going to like you for what you are doing. You don't have to have the most expensive or elaborate setup. Just go out there, do you, have fun. People are going to be drawn to you if you're having fun. If you're having fun, they're going to have fun. So I think my biggest thing would be get over the fear, take the step, jump off the cliff, and just have faith in yourself that you are going to bring people in. People are going to respond to you. So just be yourself.
Yeah.
And advice to people who are just starting out and want to get out there, but they're too scared. I think the biggest fear is what viewers and commenters are going to say about it. See, on my most recent video, I uploaded a short, and I said an opinion, and they said something else. And I was like, okay, you're entitled to your opinion. That's your opinion. I can't do anything about that. Like,
so maybe
don't care what anyone else thinks. And also, don't let one mean comment bring your entire, building down of the thousands upon millions of good comments that you get.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
great
maybe
advice.
the fear of rejection. You got to get over the fear of rejection.
Oh, that's a big one. That is such a big one. I feel like if you did a survey, you would find that 9 out of 10 people would have that fear, and I'm included, because that is the most terrifying thing, to open yourself up and be vulnerable. And I still experience that in our marriage. We've been married for 16 years, and I still find myself not wanting to say things because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be vulnerable if I say this. If I let these words out, it's going to be, there's no going back after that. That's such a scary thing. But yeah, that's good
I do
advice.
appreciate that we're on this journey, because it is helping us in those areas.
Yeah.
I've noticed a big difference in both of us. That's one of the biggest things I was worried about. Was I knew, we're so fun off camera, and I was like, if we could just capture that, but I'm so scared that once you click record, some of that might go away.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to capture what makes you guys special. And, we were doing content. We were streaming on Twitch for a long time, and we got asked to do music reactions, and Laid Back DFR was the first music reaction that I ever saw. He was reacting to Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh, you saw a good one.
Yeah.
That was a great reaction. I think he only had 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers at that time too, which was crazy.
Oh, wow.
And so I followed him. He started streaming on Twitch for a little bit there, doing gaming content. I played Call of Duty with him several times. He's a really cool guy. And now he's up 2 million subscribers, something like that. He's over the millions. and
doing
he
his
doesn't
thing.
he doesn't stream on Twitch anymore. From what? Well, no, he does, but he doesn't do gaming content. But yeah, I don't think he streams on Twitch. I think he's just doing YouTube streams now. But that's what kind of motivated me to step outside of my comfort zone, seeing him doing the music reactions. Because when we were first requested to do it, I wasn't watching them. I had never watched that type of content. I was just like, I don't know if we'd be able to capture our good energy that we have off camera into a music reaction. And I didn't grow up really listening to music like that. She did. Her family, the first night I met them, they were all kumbaya singing the theme song.
Really?
I mean,
Around the campfire and the marshmallows.
Well, my dad plays guitar, my brother plays guitar, me and my sister would just walk around the house singing. My mom would sing, my dad sings. Like he was in the our church like choir, like he would be on the stage singing and stuff like that. So like, and my brother, of course, but yeah, we just walk around singing songs. Like my dad, if you say a word, he knows a song lyric for it. So if you say that word, it tricks him. He's gonna start singing the song.
Yeah. Sounds familiar.
And now with kids, we've seen every Disney movie under the sun. Like that has an amazing soundtrack. All the Disney movies. I don't care what you say. Fight me on it. But they have awesome soundtracks and we'll listen to them all day. And now it's like we have that atmosphere here and I love it. Like it's not how he grew up, but it's how we're raising our kids now. Which
I've
is super
totally
fun.
embraced that part of her family and taken
Love it, huh?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I was thrown off by it the first night. I mean,
He's like,
they
what have I got myself into?
I forget the name of the song, but it's like, I really love your beaches, wanna shake your trees.
Oh, yeah.
And they all did the I'm like, what is going on in here? Okay, this is a bit off-putting to
He's
me.
like,
but then
should I have known the lyrics to this song?
I didn't know that song at all at that moment.
But now you
And
do. You're welcome.
yeah, that type of music, that good feeling music that you've got to let in and it changes you, it puts you in a good mood. I did not grow up listening to that type of music, and that's been the best part of this, is just letting the music in, letting it touch you.
Yeah.
And it changes you a bit and opens your perspective up to new things.
Exactly.
And,
Have you felt yourself getting better, like being able to open up more the more you get? Because you said you were scared that magic wouldn't be captured on screen. Have you felt that over these past months you've been doing the reactions that is really there now? You're getting more and more comfortable with it.
Every time we record a video, every time I
absolutely.
get a little bit more comfortable, and especially since I got a wireless headset now, I've been
He's free.
spinning around,
Yeah.
and
Stepped it up.
moving around. You know, I was surprised at myself. I spun around in a video. I was like, "What am I doing here?"
Which video was that? That'd have been so
I
cool.
don't remember.
He's like, hold on a second.
Jess is like, "I want a wireless headset.
Yeah, I
want
want
to
to
spin
move
around."
You spun around in the
fair,
chair.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, we stand up. We have a stand up setup when we do reactions, so we're all
really?
standing. Yeah.
Cool. I thought you guys were sitting down. I didn't realize you were standing up.
Because I
We're
want to
sitting down
move.
right now.
Chicka, chicka, chicka.
Yeah, you're sitting down now, but okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were sitting down in all the reactions. That's really
Oh
cool.
wow. Yeah. Yeah. I
We
think.
destroy stuff if we were sitting in chairs. We'd have to get new chairs every 5 seconds.
Yeah, we have a green screen that we use. A lot of people get confused about that because they see the bushes, like the trees behind us, and I think they think that our backyard, it is from our backyard, but we don't have a window right there to that part,
No.
and it confuses a lot of people. But yeah, I do enjoy it.
Way to spoil the magic, man. Gosh.
I honestly thought everyone knew. You know,
Well, now
The
they
first
do.
time I saw it, I was like, "Wow, is that green screen or is that a real?" No, that can't be real.
yeah,
I was like, "No, that can't be real." And then y'all changed the background. I was like, "It's certainly not real."
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, we
they're
can go
like,
anywhere we want to go.
your bio says you're from Florida, and during the wintertime we had a snowy mountain.
Yeah.
Like,
That doesn't
I've
work.
never seen a snowy mountain in Florida.
No.
We don't see any snow in Georgia, Florida, Alabama, any of those places.
Yeah, I'm 35 and I've never seen snow.
Yeah,
ever.
I still have
I've
yet
never
to take.
seen snow.
Yeah. When we went to Tennessee the first time, and he saw mountains for the first time, I was so like flabbergasted at how excited he was. Like he was like, "Babe, take a picture, and I'm like, "I've
Take a
seen
picture."
these already. I don't need to take a picture."
Take a
and he's like,
picture of me looking at the
yeah.
mountain.
He's like, "I'm looking at the mountains. Take a picture." I'm like,
Where did you go in Tennessee? Was it Gatlinburg?
Well, I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, so we went
Okay.
home, and then we went to Nashville, Tennessee, where my parents live now. And
But we did drive up
Yeah,
to
we
there.
did drive
On
to
my
there,
first trip up there. That's
Yeah.
where we went, and we went through the
Gatlinburg.
Smoky Mountains and
Mhm.
everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
was
That's one of my like things on my bucket list. I really want to go there.
I haven't
Yeah.
taken
It's
them there yet.
amazing.
That's their
Me too.
bucket list, is to see snow. They got to see snow.
I
They
mean,
gotta
there
get
were
them to see-
deer.
I saw snow once.
Yeah.
Really?
Once.
No,
2017.
you've seen it a couple of times.
Well, I've
Couple
only
times.
saw it when it stuck to the ground once.
Yeah, true.
Oh, that's
You
funny.
should.
There were deer everywhere. There were a few bears that we saw very close up. It was
Yeah,
a very
that
cool
was
experience.
Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
I saw a video of a bear swimming in the ocean in Florida.
Oh,
What?
no
They're
way.
trying to attack a
Er-
climber.
Earlier this week, there was a baby cub that was swimming in the ocean with swimmers in
What?
Florida.
I've seen a few bears in Florida.
Only in
I did
Florida.
not know
I'm
they were
gonna say
here.
that would happen in Florida, to be honest.
I've
with
seen
you.
it. It was a video I saw.
For the
Like-
longest
Oh.
time, I drove down this road and there was a bear crossing sign. And I was like, why is that there? I've never seen a bear. And then one day, one bear right around that sign ran across the road. And I was like, we do have bears. Wow.
That was a crazy day because we like literally just saw the sign. I don't think I'd ever seen a bear in real life besides like the zoo or
The
something.
zoo,
Yeah.
They're out there. They're in the wilderness still.
Fun fact for you Georgians, if did I say that correctly? Georgians?
Georgians,
Yeah,
yeah.
Georgians.
We got married in Georgia. We got
Yeah.
married in Moultrie, Georgia.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's where my
Moultrie,
dad
Georgia.
grew up, was
Yep.
Moultrie, Georgia, Albany.
Tiny,
just
tiny
outside of
baby
Albany.
town. Little
Yeah.
tiny town. One street light.
Now, I know Albany.
Maybe they got another one.
Yeah.
Now I know Albany. Albany's about 2 hours.
In like 30 minutes.
No, it's like it's 2 hours southeast of where we are.
Okay. A little
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
farther north. But yeah, that's
we're-
where my
we're-
dad grew up. That's where a lot of my family lives still to this day. And it's
Really?
just a little bit too country for me. It's just
Yeah.
it's starting to be built up a little bit more. But it was the perfect backdrop to get married. I mean, there was just rows and rows of pine trees.
Yeah.
Oh
It was really beautiful.
It was really awesome. It was hot.
And we
Oh
were
my.
18. We were young. We really didn't have any money to rent out a venue.
So we
And
were like, this looks great.
We got
Let's
a
do
natural
it.
venue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do
exactly.
it.
Natural venue.
And
Country
it's
wedding.
free. It's free, you said? What? Yeah.
Country wedding.
Yeah.
So Jacob, what was one of your favorite videos that you have enjoyed making on the channel? Maybe it was
There's
like a
been so
certain song
many.
or something.
There's been so many good reactions that I've enjoyed filming. If it's recent, then I have to go with Crimzone or the new SB19 Mappa and Selecta thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't listened to Crimzone yet.
Yeah.
That we've got
It's
Freedom and
good. It
Crimzone
is
left to get
good.
to.
But their new album
it's
so
so
far
good.
has been
It has been an amazing album
awesome.
so far.
Yeah.
Be ready. Be ready. You will be moving.
You know the sampler? Have y'all saw the sampler?
I don't think so.
Nope.
Oh, where
Whoa.
they just showed a few seconds of each song.
Yeah.
I don't think that I watched it though. I did see it come
Oh.
across my feed.
You know, at this point, don't.
Yeah.
Just be surprised.
I
That's
like
what
that.
my idea was. I was like, we've
Oh,
only listened to
good.
Gento so far. I don't really want to. I do try to, even y'all's video of the new Mappa. I watched a few seconds of it, and
Okay.
I was like, I have to save this for the reaction. You have to save that special magic. But I thought it was so cool that you and your brother were like, all of y'all were singing along with the lyrics. It's not in our native language, and yet
Nope.
you guys obviously really adore them as a group, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love SB19. They learned the words to Mappa in like a couple of days.
It was like 4 or 5 days.
They listened
That's
to it
really
on
cool.
repeat.
That is
It's-
so awesome.
It took me a long time.
It took him like 2 months.
It took me a long time to learn the words, but the
That is so
SB19 thing, it came from the comment section from doing like BTS reactions.
Okay.
I think it came
and,
from Stay Gold when we did that reaction to Stay Gold.
Mm-hmm,
I think that was the first comment we saw about check out SB19.
mm-hmm. And the first one I did was what I just go blank. It was what the first video that I did a reaction was what,
Okay.
and then Mappa had just been released, and they did a live version of Mappa the day that I did my reaction to it, And I think it just lined up. It was like right around 3 months to where my dad passed away. And I just
Yeah.
felt the song so much. I was like, yes, I'm going to follow these guys. So I put the boys on to it, and it's been history ever since 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's
I do love
awesome.
it. They're a very supportive community.
Yeah. Oh
Very
man.
supportive.
Love those guys. You should see them in person. Like the culture in person is amazing. They were so welcoming, so much fun. Like we had a blast meeting all of those people in New York. It was amazing.
Yes.
I
You can't
cannot-
wait to see them again.
We
Yeah.
can't wait to see the actual people there.
We would be there with you guys if we didn't have, a 6-month-old. She'll be a little bit older then, but
Yeah.
it's like, I know my mom would say yes to babysitting her, but it's still, a 15, 16-hour drive for us. We're still trying to recover financially and everything from having
But
a newborn.
once
It would,
those
flying
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
be, it would be the
Wow.
move because we'd have to get back within a day or two.
yeah, we would have to go.
We couldn't spend 2 full days driving.
That's what we're doing. We're flying up early Friday morning. Gonna spend Friday there. And hopefully we can do some things with the 18. Because we kind of missed out on that opportunity last time. Then Saturday's the show, and then Sunday we're flying back home. So
How
up
about
and
this?
back.
Just get some big suitcases, okay, and sneak us in the suitcases with you, okay? We're prepared to do what we have to do to get up there.
Anything we got
How-
to do.
Are you flexible?
I can be.
Bend in half?
We've got a couple months to get prepared, right?
Yeah, we do. We can do some stretches and
Start
yeah,
doing some yoga.
we can get there.
Tell you
yeah.
what, I'll come down in a couple of weeks. We can hit the skating rink and burn some
Yeah, there you go.
I need to. I really do. It's been like this journey has really been motivating me. Well, first of all, I edit a lot more than I used to, so I'm sitting down at my
Yeah,
computer.
it's affecting
and
physically.
it's been
for
getting
sure.
to me health wise, and I need to get back. We used to do workout streams on Twitch, and I was like, we need to start getting back to doing workout streams
Yeah.
because it really does help. We have like a little gym here in our house,
Mhm.
and we have not used it in quite a while now. And
yeah.
streaming that, it just helps with accountability.
It does,
a
yeah.
bit.
It motivates you. You're like, oh, I said I was going to stream at 12 today. We need to get on here. We're doing it. Like, there's no saying no. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
You can stream it wherever you want to stream it at, and then you can turn around and clip it up, put it as shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we were doing, was doing like stream highlight videos. I was editing those because we were gaming, we were doing the workout streams, different things like that. And so at the end of every week, I would take all of our streams, edit them up into like a 10, 15-minute highlight video.
Mhm.
And, I thought that they were great. I thought they were great. It just wasn't getting much traction.
I thought they
I
were
was like,
pretty,
okay, I have to take a
pretty
break from
amazing.
this because, it
It's
doesn't.
it's not giving you the results that you have been working hard for. Like,
Yeah,
in
because
return.
it's something I like doing. I like editing videos and putting that kind of stuff out there. But man, you need that dopamine kick to keep you going.
Yeah.
And when you get a good reception, it really does hit you where you need to be hit to keep you pushed and motivated to do it. And yeah, these music reactions, the first, we tried a few years ago as well. We did a music reaction to The Greatest Showman. Kiala Settle, there was like a behind the scenes audition type thing where she did, and she stepped out of her comfort zone, and the whole room was
Oh,
lit up, and
man, that
it was a really cool moment. And we did a reaction to that, and it didn't really take off. It was before the pandemic even hit, and we stopped for quite a while, and we just got back into it 10 months ago. And she just randomly selected a song, Haley Reinhart, Creep, and it did so well. And that from that one video, we got requests for Dimash, Morissette, Laura Fabian,
Yeah.
and that's what led us here. I mean,
Man,
we
this
did Morissette from
train.
the Wish with the Wish Bus.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
people
Wish.
recommended us to SB19 back then. We did Bazinga was our first reaction. To
I was
them.
about to say, when we were talking about SB19, I was like, Bazinga. Okay, let's
It's
do
so
this.
good.
Solina.
Yeah, that's not. if
We got
if you listen to that song and you do not move, I don't know. Like, oh gosh, you can't
You're
not.
dead. That song is ridiculous. But yet you nailed it. Like, those are the big ones. Like we were doing home free pentatonics. We got introduced to voice play on here. Like, it was the comment section was like, hey, you guys did you did home free and pentatonics. You guys need to check out voice play. We're like, who?
Yeah.
Then voice play became a big thing. And then, your Morissettes, your Katrina Velardes, your Dimash,
Yep.
all these people,
Mhm.
Marcelito, we were talking about Marcelito before we went live.
Yeah.
Like, in the SB19, and then all these people, Angelina Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
this all Diana Ankudinova, all these people.
Yeah.
Now Putri is
Yeah.
Iam Tongi and Putri
Oh,
are
Yeah.
killing it right now. Roland Abante.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a
So-
fun 2 months, you know.
Yeah, that's why it's like
has been.
you, like we were talking about before, is being in our little Florida bubble, even in our little music bubble. Like my playlist is very basic. It's all the stuff that I've listened to over and over again. It's just maybe a new song from that artist that I've already listened to. But like listening to this, like I would never even like have experienced any of these artists, and it's good
Yeah.
music that we've missed out on for so long, because SB19 has been around for a while. Forestell has been around for a while. Like all these different artists. Morissette's been around for a while. Like we just watched her 10-year concert. We missed out on the 10 years.
I think it's, we're all Americans, and it's one thing to be reacting to another American artist that is from Florida or Georgia. I think, it would still be received well, but it's something about seeing somebody, like when I first saw Laid Back DFR, he's this dude that's really into rap, and he's stepping outside of his comfort zone music wise and listening to Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just some kind of magic about that. And I could totally see why the Polynesian people, the Filipino people, the people now from Indonesia, it's got to be so exciting for them to see people from around the world being introduced to their culture and loving it so
Yeah.
much.
Loving it, appreciating it. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
It's one of the coolest parts about it all. And they're so welcoming, learning about their different meanings
Yes.
for their different words and everything
Yeah.
like that.
That's been an awesome experience for sure. Definitely.
I've heard of Aloha my whole life, but I never really truly knew what it meant
Mm-hmm.
until we
Exactly.
listened to Iam. And everybody's just so cool from that community.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. It's been just such an enjoyable journey, and it really has changed me for
Yeah.
the better.
Yeah. I'm not
It's-
sure that I knew that you could get a warm hug through virtual.
Yeah.
But that's what it feels like every time the community just blows up
Mhm.
your channel with amazing comments. It's like a warm hug, and it's like, oh my God, you're connecting with these people, and they're not even in person with you. You just feels amazing.
It's what music does for us. It connects us. It doesn't matter where you're from. You don't even. I mean, now we have examples of it. You don't even have to know the language.
Mhm.
You just feel it. Like it
Yeah.
just connects everything, man.
Yeah.
That music is so beautiful. That's the reason why I do it. I can't sing, I can't play an instrument,
Yeah.
do not have a musical background, but I can tell you how it makes me feel.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what we started
Yeah.
incorporating that into our intros. Like, hey, just to let you know, we're not going to be pausing and breaking down vocal technique.
Yeah, we're not.
But we
we're
will
not
pause
professionals.
We'll pause and break down why it's touching us here
Yeah.
and how it's hitting us
Mhm.
emotionally
Yeah.
and everything like that. That's our favorite part about it.
God, yeah.
I love it.
I was a little bit nervous about that at first. I'm like, how, a lot of these people who do it, even Laid Back, he has his own musical career that he's trying to
Mhm.
pursue. And so I'm like, this makes sense for them, but how does it make sense for us? And
'Cause we're human
I was so
beings.
wrong. I've never been more glad to be so wrong
Yeah.
about something.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You're right.
Didn't you just read me a comment about them saying that? It's so funny that we're talking about that, because you just read that comment about
yeah,
how-
I don't want to down any of those musical. It wasn't me downing them. It was the
No.
comment, but
Yeah.
they were just like, I'm glad you guys don't pause and talk about all of this nonsensical mumbo jumbo that I don't even want to hear about anyways.
Yeah.
It's like, oh gosh.
I think a lot of people do a good job with breaking that down for those that do have that technical background.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're really good at hitting that stuff.
Yeah.
And then talking about how it makes you feel, because you can see it on their face, how they light up about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
How they light up when they hear something really good.
Mhm.
So I haven't seen really that many boring technical breakdown people.
No, I still see the benefit in those,
Yeah.
because
Oh,
they
yeah.
get the emotion as well. You get it, I was a little bit nervous, like, what do I have to offer to this whole space?
Mhm.
And I think by us not having anything technically to break down, we're able to dive deeper into the meaning of the lyrics even more. They have a harder job in some sense. They have to break down the vocal technique, all the instruments and how they're being played,
Mhm.
and they have to still hit the emotional side of it.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Charismatic
for them.
Voices videos are like 45 minutes long for a 5-minute song, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
But man, she
Okay.
goes in and
She
she goes
does.
in real good.
Yeah.
She does.
So
I
does
really
Peter
like her
Barber,
channel.
man. I enjoy. I learned so much from Peter Barber, and just watching him break stuff down. Man, he's really good too. You guys
I
familiar with him?
I've
I
only
see.
seen him this past week. You guys brought him up in the fam chat that we're all part of.
Yeah.
You mentioned his name and you're like, he's close to 100K. And so I had to go look him up. I'm like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
I'm still learning about all this stuff. You know, it's been a busy 10 months with us having our daughter and
Yeah.
all the other things that life entails. And then also trying to learn all the different artists. You know, there's a lot of different groups that you listen to, SB19, Fourth Impact. And,
Oh yeah.
you know, we had a hard time at first. We've done 3-4 reactions to each one of them. And I'm like, oh, I still don't know their names.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to keep 2 to 3 reactions going a day, and not just to them, but we're trying to fill everybody's request. And I was having a really hard time. I was like, okay, we just need to slow down a bit. Let's move back to 1 reaction a day for a bit until we can get a grasp of all these people, because it's a lot to remember and a lot to learn about, and you want to learn it. It's not like you don't want to learn it. It's just you don't even really have
Yeah,
time.
it's a
It is so
lot.
much.
It
It's a
is a
lot.
lot.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people to know their names. Like, been doing BTS for years. I think I got three names. I don't remember the other. I remember there's 8 people in the group. But
Yeah.
I don't.
Oh wow, we haven't done any BTS.
Yeah,
yet.
I don't know BTS.
There's
I'm
8
not
people in the
familiar
group.
anyway.
It's
but
hard. You know,
yeah.
you got Fourth Impact. You got Blackpink. You got Twice. You got all these K-pop groups. All these other groups. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh no, we've only listened.
I
to
just
a
gave you a
few
head-
you
of
just
those.
blowing my mind.
There's more.
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah.
You guys don't know Blackpink yet,
No, we do not. We have not done any
No.
reactions to them.
bro?
Mm.
Blackpink
Mm.
in your area. You need to check out Blackpink.
What
They will
genre of
change
music
your
do they
life.
do?
Huh?
What genre of music do they do?
They're K-pop. Four young ladies,
Okay.
K-pop. They are amazing. They've headlined what's that concert out in LA? What's the big
Coachella?
concert? Yeah.
Yeah.
They've headlined Coachella like 3 years in a row.
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy. That's awesome. That's a big one for
Go
sure.
check them out. Go check 'em out.
I didn't know what Coachella was until this year. I don't know where it got name dropped to me at, but yeah, I've been sleeping under a rock, it seems like, most of my life when it comes to musical stuff.
Have you been sleeping on the rock, or have you been sitting there with being analytical, just reading the room?
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's like, wait, is it Linkin Park you talking about?
Yeah.
Musicians? Yeah, I know them.
I know them.
That's been in my playlist for years and years. It's just when I go to play some music, it's very much within my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And now every time we do a new reaction, I'll go and add that song to my playlist now.
That's
So,
what
Yeah,
that's
that's
what we do.
exactly what we do.
That's what we
Yeah.
do. It is so diverse now. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's so diverse.
Awesome.
There's
That's
like
so cool.
1,000-something songs on there.
Yeah.
A
like
lot of songs.
1,700 songs.
Yeah.
It's got all these different acapella songs, these different P-pops and K-pops and all this
That's
other stuff. But
amazing.
then it's got the country and the MGK and the Eminem and,
oh wow.
the
YouTube
Backstreet
doesn't know what
Boys.
to
It's
feed
got,
you.
it's got everything.
Backstreet Boys. That's awesome.
YouTube has no idea what to feed you whenever you go off your playlist and you're just like, play me something. It's like it just breaks and shuts down on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
The playlist breaks YouTube.
Well, guys, this was really enjoyable.
Oh my gosh.
I really
yeah.
appreciate you guys coming on. You
Thank
guys
you for
were
having us.
awesome. You had very insightful responses to the questions that we gave you.
Yeah.
Well,
This
thank
is-
you so much for having us on, man. It was so much fun. Like, I've enjoyed getting to know you, Mike, because I believe I'm talking to Mike most of the time on the fam chat, but I've enjoyed
Yes.
getting to know you a lot.
Oh my
Come on,
goodness.
Jess, jump in there. I enjoyed getting to know you over the past couple of months, man. I really
Same.
really look forward to seeing where your channel goes. And we got to get down to Florida to see you guys. You ain't that far away.
Yeah.
Definitely.
we're
We'll do
close.
one of these again in the future in person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be so
That'd be
cool.
fun. Down
It
for
would
that.
be.
Thank
We'll
you
have
so
to
much for
hit
having
up,
us.
hit up
Yeah,
the ocean
definitely.
for sure. That's
Thank
always
you,
the
man.
vibes.
I mean, I reached out to several people in the beginning for advice. I was really stressed out at one point, and I reached out to 10 people probably that day. You were the first one. You're like, hey, not only do I got some advice, do you want to voice chat for a few minutes? We can video chat, and that was so helpful to me, man.
Yeah.
I met Kofi and all the rest of the guys through you. And then Kofi's like, hey, I'm going to ask everybody if they're okay with adding you to the fam chat. And I was like, oh, wow, no way. No way. So
And now y'all hate each other. It's so funny.
It's all love. It's all love.
That's some inside stuff there.
Listen, it was fun seeing Kofi and Lyle go back and forth, and I just couldn't help but to join in.
Yeah,
on it, you know?
get in there. Oh
Stir
gosh,
the
you
pot.
can't. Yeah, he's definitely a pot stirrer. Oh my.
It's funny that you say that about. I assume that it's Mike that I'm talking to because I was chatting with Tea Time with Travis. I've asked him to come on, and we were chatting for about 30 minutes. He was like, "Hey, is this Mike that I'm talking to right now?" I was like, "No, it's Jess." He was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, awkward.
It's like, no, I'm just kidding.
Don't speak for
Mike.
me. That's weird. Don't do that.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your day.
Bye. It was very nice to meet
you.
y'all.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you too.
All right. Peace, y'all.